Over 800 people vanished into Lake Victoria in minutes. No warning, no time, no chance. Mothers, fathers, children, ordinary people going about their ordinary lives. The ship capsized so fast, some passengers never even knew what happened. And the world looked away. This is the disaster nobody talks about. May 21st, 1996, Bukoba Port, Tanzania. The MV Bukoba sits at the dock, a modest passenger ferry. Not elegant, not powerful, just a working boat doing a working route. Mwanza to Bukoba, back and forth across Lake Victoria, the largest lake in Africa, the second largest freshwater lake in the entire world. This is not the ocean. People forget that. They think of Lake Victoria as just a lake, calm, manageable, safe. But Lake Victoria is enormous, 68,000 square kilometers of open water. Storms appear without warning, waves grow fast and violent. The lake has taken many boats before the Bukoba. The passengers boarding that morning are not tourists, not adventurers. They are ordinary Tanzanian people living ordinary lives. Market traders carrying goods to sell, families visiting relatives, workers heading to jobs in other towns, a mother with 3 children, an old man making a journey he has made dozens of times before. The MV Bukoba is already carrying more passengers than she should. This is not unusual. On African ferries in 1996, overcrowding is simply normal. Tickets are sold, people board, the boat leaves. Nobody counts too carefully. Nobody asks too many questions. The crew knows the boat is heavy. They have seen it before. They have sailed overloaded before. The boat departs. Lake Victoria is calm that morning. The sun is out. The water looks flat and peaceful. Families settle onto the decks. Children run between passengers. Traders arrange their goods. An ordinary Tuesday morning on an ordinary ferry crossing an ordinary lake. Except nothing about what comes next is ordinary. Without warning, the boat begins to lean. Not dramatically at first, just a tilt. The kind of tilt that makes people grab their bags, look around, ask the person next to them, "Did you feel that?" Then faster. The lean becomes a list. The list becomes a roll. Cargo shifts. People slide. Screaming begins. In minutes, not hours, not even many minutes, the MV Bukoba rolls completely onto her side. 800 people are thrown into Lake Victoria. The water is not as cold as the Atlantic or Lake Superior, but cold does not have to kill you alone. Panic kills. Overcrowding kills. Being trapped beneath a capsized hull kills. Not knowing how to swim kills. And on a lake ferry in Tanzania in 1996, many passengers cannot swim. The boat does not sink immediately. She lies on her side, hull above water. This saves some lives. People cling to the hull. People climb on top, screaming for help across the open water. But many are trapped below, trapped in the cabins, trapped beneath the hull, trapped under other passengers in the dark water. Children separated from their mothers in seconds. Traders who spent their life savings on goods to sell, watching everything disappear into the lake. The old man who has made this journey dozens of times, finding himself in the water for the first time. Help is far away. There are no rescue ships standing by, no Coast Guard circling nearby, no helicopter overhead. Just open water and a capsized ferry and over 800 people fighting to survive. The distress call goes out. But Lake Victoria in 1996 is not the Atlantic Ocean. There is no fleet of ships nearby, no trained rescue teams on standby. The nearest help is hours away. Local fishermen are the first to respond. Ordinary men in small wooden boats, rowing and sailing toward the screaming. They pull people from the water with their bare hands. They fill their small boats beyond capacity, risking capsizing themselves to save one more person, then one more, then one more. They are not trained rescuers. They have no equipment. They have no authority. They just have boats and the basic human instinct to help. They save hundreds of lives that day. When official rescue finally arrives, hours later, survivors report something that stays with them forever. Some crew members were among the first rescued, not the last, the first. Passengers who had paid their fares, mothers with children, elderly men, they waded in the water while some of those responsible for their safety saved themselves. Final count, 800 dead. The exact number is never confirmed. In 1996, in Tanzania, on a ferry full of ordinary working people, nobody kept perfect records. Nobody knew exactly how many were on board. The overcrowding that helped sink the ship also made it impossible to know exactly who was lost. 800 families, 800 empty chairs, 800 people who left home that Tuesday morning and never came back. And the world barely noticed. When the Titanic sank, the world stopped. When the Edmund Fitzgerald disappeared, songs were written, memorials built, names remembered. When the MV Bukoba capsized and killed over 800 people on Lake Victoria, the international news gave it a few lines, then moved on. 800 lives, ordinary Tanzanian lives, market traders and mothers and old men and children. They did not get songs. They did not get memorials that the world visits. They did not get movies or documentaries or books in every language. They got silence. This is the uncomfortable truth about how the world remembers tragedy. Some disasters are remembered forever. Others are forgotten within days. And the difference, too often, is not the number of lives lost. It is where those lives were lost and whose lives they were. The people on the MV Bukoba deserved to be remembered just as much as anyone on the Titanic. They were just as human. Their families grieved just as deeply. Their absence left just as many empty chairs. If you are watching this today, you are one of the few people outside Tanzania who has ever heard this story. Remember it, because they deserved that much. Lake Victoria is still there. Calm, beautiful, indifferent. 800 people went into that water on an ordinary Tuesday morning in 1996. Market traders, mothers, children, old men who had made that crossing dozens of times before. They did not get memorials. They did not get movies. They did not get songs on the radio. They got silence. But silence is not the same as forgotten. Not anymore. You know their story now, and every person who watches this and remembers gives them something the world never did. Dignity. Rest in peace, all 800 of them.